1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, Three Corners of Horror is live here on Horror Fiend TV. Enjoy the show.
It's truly frightening.
This is lovely.
It's your home.
Oh man, I got this. Take a look at me too. Yeah.
What's up, everyone, and welcome. Yes, we are live, and we're going to have a little announcement on lives for you guys towards the end. But this is going to be a fun one. We have got a new guest. I want to welcome Mark from Mark Loves Horror. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
And of course, back again. Again, he's just moved in on a couch. We got Gilly from the Attic Review.
Well, thank you guys so much. I'm so sorry I missed the last one. Thank you for the invite. I am so happy to be here for this one.
All right, and of course, the villain, JR.
Hey, we get to talk about another horror icon. But what makes this icon unique is he too had a good sound score that always made us remember Freddy is coming.
Very true. And of course, my beer brother, Rick. What's up?
What up? What up, Joe the Psychologist? Horror Fiend TV, what's good? Another live stream. We're talking about one of Joe's favorites, so Joe can't say we don't pick his movies, so here we go, brother. Here we go.
That is very true. That is very true. And tonight, it is going to be, actually, it's on Sunday, I think, or Saturday, the actual 40th anniversary of A Nightmare on Elm Street, written and directed by horror great Wes Craven, Heather Langenkamp as Nancy Thompson, Johnny Depp as Glenn Lance, and of course, the man of the nightmares, Robert Englund as Freddy Kreuger.
I thought you were gonna say John Saxon.
Me too.
He has been in a lot. I mean, but come on, this is Robert's movie. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
But again, when we do these retro reviews, obviously we're not going to discuss. We'll discuss the movie, but it's not going to be like our other reviews. I mean, we just want to discuss, obviously, when we first saw this movie, your reactions, and obviously if it's one that you still watch. So in the comment sections, that's what I'm basically going to be asking the panel here. So let us know when you first watched it. Reactions, do you still watch this? It is showtime.
It's showtime.
What up, Selena V? Hold on. She said, "Welcome, Mark."
So, Selena.
Thank you, Selena.
And it's her favorite. Actually, yeah, it is. Freddy is her
Is it?
favorite. That is
Oh,
true.
nice.
That is
Nice.
correct. Yeah.
All right, so usually the live streams, they're a little bit chaotic because I don't let anybody know who's going to go first. But, here, the first time guest is always going to go first. That last, 2 invitations after that, then you're kind of part of the family and it'll be chaotic for you. So, Mark, I'm going to go to you first. Do you remember when you first saw A Nightmare on Elm Street? And if you can remember your reaction then.
Okay, so my very first time, I don't remember it because I was in my mom's stomach. She went into labor watching Nightmare on Elm Street. So I guess it doesn't count. But I was
Wow.
10 years old when I first watched it. And I was obsessed. Literally, I just remember being like, okay, I'm afraid to go to sleep because as a kid, you're just like, what the hell is this? What's gonna happen when I go to bed? And I remember specifically that Johnny Depp scene, and when he's in his bed, the water bed, and the blood just everywhere. I just remember being like, holy crap, like trigger. But yeah, I was 10, and then literally the next day, I asked my mom. I was like, Mom, I need this on DVD so I can watch it forever. And she surprised me on my birthday with the disc collection of all the films, and I still have it to this day. So I hold a very special meaning with Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's awesome. So basically, Freddy, while you were in utero, started fucking with you.
Exactly.
I can't beat that one.
Exactly.
I mean, he's got In Utero here, so that's gonna be hard to beat. You know. All right, Mr. Gilly, because I know you're excited about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to you before you flip the chair.
Woo. So, man, I've obviously one of my favorites of all time. I love Wes Craven, Daddy West, Rest in Power King. Did so much, especially this one. You know, the '80s were getting real comfy with the slashers, and all of a sudden, Daddy West pops in and is like, "We're gonna change things up a little bit." And I can't recall when this, this beautiful nightmare was first introduced to me because my family loved torturing me with horror movies. So the first one was like always Child's Play. I'm still scared of Chucky. I will never have that little bastard in my room. But Nightmare on Elm Street, I probably watched before the age of 8. Didn't affect me that much. I loved it. It scared me, but like Chucky really ruined my nightmares. Freddy was just so fantastic. I am a slut when it comes to horror and color. Color, you'll get me going big time, dude. Especially the blue hue that stands out in this movie. It's
I'm gonna quote that.
Obvious eye candy of Johnny Depp and Heather Langenkamp, who is one of my favorite final girls of all time. I love Heather. I love you. But I love, the eye candy is wonderful, but that gorgeous musical score and that blue hue is just to die for. And that has stood out, forever for me. And the first time I saw it, I was just like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm in a dream. And just a beautiful movie that, again, he didn't frighten me. I was just more like in awe of him, like his charm automatically. Like this is before he even jumped the shark, like after 3 or anything. He was still scary here, but there was something about him that I just loved. It was craving more of him, So one of my favorites, and probably, childhood didn't terrorize me, but made it very enjoyable to love horror movies. Thank you, Freddie.
We got a lyricist over here.
Hey guys.
Hey, Marie.
I know who that is. What's up?
That's our little sister. Actually, the baby. That's the baby.
Damn, you guys got family all over the place. Jesus Christ.
And you're a part of it. So, I mean,
Come on, Rick.
There's so many brothers and cousins that, aren't celebrity, but, we all grew up together.
Yeah.
All right. Which one to go to first? We'll go to JR next on this one.
I don't remember when we watched it, but I know we watched it when it first came out because we were big into horror, and 80s was like still some of the best horror. I mean, we had still more Halloween coming out. We had still Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Freddy Kreuger. I mean, these are the big 4 that were coming out at this era. And I mean, and it's like, first of all, he had an ugly sweater, which was kind of something pretty cool. First, killer with an ugly sweater. And then he had a hat, which was pretty cool. But there was something about the Freddy character that just stood out. And it wasn't just the dream element. It was the fact that, just like Michael, in a way, he took his time killing people, but he played with his victims, where the other killers didn't, other icons didn't. But he was the one that actually played around with their victims before he finally killed them. But I mean, come on, the screeching of the nails. I mean, that still gets you. I mean, it's such a and I still go to the music. That piano play music is just so good, and it's crazy because it's relaxing, which is purposive because hey, it's trying to put you to sleep, so he could get you. So yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to talking about this one because I feel like out of the 4 icons, this is the one that still right now feels like a daydream that we need to bring back to Nightmare.
All right, everybody's a lyricist tonight. Rick?
I like the fact in this film, I'm not even going to touch upon the history of the character or anything because we're talking about the original, the OG. I love how scary Freddy was in this one. And what was amazing about this portrayal was he didn't have a lot of dialogue, but a lot of his character came through the body language, his mannerisms, the way he would weave in and out of a dark corner, or he would appear there and then, the next second he's over here with long arms, or like just cutting himself or mutilating his body and having fun with it. Creepy imagery. That's what I take from this film. When I first saw it, I'll be honest, I was young. I don't remember. And if you know, Freddy's not my favorite. The supernatural slasher, I'm more of a Jason guy, So Freddy to me, Dream Warriors is still my favorite one, even though that one has a lot of comedy in it. But it's the right balance of comedy, over the top, like whimsical fantasy horror elements, but it still kept it grounded to the series. And it had, Heather Langenkamp came back for that one. Unfortunately, we know what happens. But in this one, I think this one is a true horror film. And you can see Wes Craven all over this film, from the cinematography, even like the sound cues when Freddy pops in and it's got like that amazing score, like when Nancy's in the bathtub and the hand grabs her, and the way the music just picks up in tempo while it drags her down under the water and the bubbles start, rising to the surface of the tub. It's a great stuff. So this movie here, it's definitely creepy. It's definitely one of those films where it leaves you thinking after the end. We'll get into the rest of the film a bit later. But my first reaction was when I first saw it, yeah, I was scared because this is a motherfucker that can kill you in your dreams, yo. You can't sleep. Imagine not being able to sleep. I don't even want to think about that.
Life.
I mean, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so the reason JR doesn't remember, and like Gilly, we had family members who used to like to take us to horror movies. We actually saw this in the movie theater. A couple of our cousins were over 18 years old, and they were able to show their ID to allow a 12 and a 9-year-old to sit there and watch this. And I got an episode on the channel. You already know how much he fucked me up. Like Rick said, everybody else gets you in real life. This is when you dream, and I dream a lot. I mean, I dream every night. I remember all my dreams. I messaged you, Rick, about like, oh shit, I had this crazy dream last night. I lucid dream. So thankfully, and if you don't know what lucid dream is, that's when you're in the middle of your dream and all of a sudden you go, this is a dream. Same thing with a nightmare. And you're able to control a little bit. So at least knowing that I can lucid dream, that if Freddy shows up, I might be able to get out of it. Unless he knows how to fuck with
I used to always have dreams when I was younger of being eaten alive by zombies and stuff, but never really dying, just getting eaten but still alive. And right before I die is when I wake up. I don't have dreams like that anymore. That sucks.
It's funny too.
That's scary.
This is not the definition I had for a wet dream when I saw this film.
1 second, hold on. We got
part 3, wonderful part. I love it.
I'll never get over the hospital scene when the person is walking and their veins are out of their body. I don't know which. That was part 3.
Part 3
that
was
tendons and veins.
One of the greatest kills. This is for JR and Joe. This is for Joe and JR here.
Hi, Mom.
What's up? Wait, who? Horror Fiend? Who the fuck? I
Look
don't know who that is.
No, look what she wrote.
Who, your mom?
Yeah.
Lexi, what's up?
No, I know. She meant my middle son. He's talking about this guy.
My bonus son, Rick.
I'm her middle son now. See, that's gonna stick now with these two guys.
Can you imagine? Is that what that means?
And we got hello Lexi, my definitely handsomes, and welcome to the new face, Gilly and Mark. Freddie, Freddie is Lexi's favorite as well. Freddie's got fans, man. Freddie's got this guy, man. I don't know. I gotta watch out with this dude.
He's got Riz, man. He's got that Riz.
He got that Riz. I can no longer watch horror movies. I dream about it, and it feels so real. That now,
but when we were back in the day, she fixed it.
All right, she fixed it. Yeah.
Back in the day, she was the one that allowed our cousin to go to the East Main Street rental place that we got, so we can come home with these movies, and she would sit there and watch. Never once did she go, "Oh, kids."
East Main Street, by like Dairy Queen, East Main Street, like that area. Never mind. If you got to think about it, it's not that serious. Come on, let's go.
But so yes, Mom, you're part of the reason that your kids turned up fucked up because of all these movies.
Her favorite horror character is Chucky. She loves Child's Play.
Oh wow.
See, Gilly?
I think that's a great mom, because mom who supports horror are the best.
No, I know she is.
She's
just trying to act. She's trying to act now like, oh no.
Oh no, what happened to me?
Yeah. No, she tried. Oh no. Please, if you put the
me.
movie on, she'll watch it. She'll just be like, I'm gonna have nightmares.
And I was like, you were making fun of me for crying.
All right. So I'm gonna throw a little bonus questions because I love when we're doing good on time here. So, just out of curiosity, you don't have to go into great detail. Some of the bonus questions just can say what it is. Favorite kill on, obviously, in this movie. And Mark, go to you first.
I'm probably gonna say Tina's kill, because it's like the first. Well, yeah, it is the first one, and she's swung all over the place, looking like she's having an exorcism, and I just love it. And then the way like Rod, yes, his reaction, it just feels so like genuine, and it's iconic. And of course, they just did the nasties, and just right after that, you're like dying right after that. It's super typical horror, and justice for Tina, because I love her. I wanted more of her.
Yeah, that's interesting because you would think she would be the main character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, you start the film with her. Normally, filmmaking 101, when the character you start with, the first person you see is generally the person that's going to be important to the story. I guess she was. She set it off. She's a catalyst.
Well, I mean, it was Wes Craven. Well, Rick, what about you? What was yours?
Yeah, same. Tina's kill, only because of the simple fact is I love it when she's struggling with Freddy, right? In her dream, while she's getting attacked. And she grabs onto his face and rips his skin off, and he's got like that skeletal, like that. I saw that again a couple of days ago, man. I was nice as hell too. When that scene came, I'm like, damn, I forgot how fucking cool that was. Yeah. Because remember, in this film, again, Freddy's more grounded in a sense. He's not over the top comical. So the comedy comes from stuff like that, but that's pretty gruesome. That reminds me of like old, EC comics, like Tales from the Crypt, weird comics, weird whatever, all that weird, like Creep Show, that's what that reminded me of back in the day, reading those funny mags, and that was a great touch. And the fact that when she flipped over and onto the ceiling, and remember, this is the early 80s, so you don't really see a lot of that. Obviously, there's no CGI, it's all camera tricks, amazing. Yeah, that scene, yeah, I'm with Mark on that one. Overall, that scene was great, man. It's a perfect set-off to show you how menacing and how vicious that Freddy could be, man.
All right, Mr. Gilbert.
So I can't go with these two because that's one of my favorites. It was just incredible what they could do with that shoestring budget. I mean, that budget was nothing, and that guy did magic with it. So since, these gentlemen already took it, I'm going to say Glenn. I mean, seeing Johnny Depp get it for falling asleep twice. This guy was warned several times, so I kind of thought, like, you had this coming because you were warned. Don't fall asleep, dude. And I just love that whole setup and the mom, too. Like, the mom sold that scream. That scream was just horrifying from the depths of your gut. Like, oh, my God, my child. You're seeing your child getting diarrhea out of this goddamn, bed. It's insane. And it's hilarious because there he is in his, his Tatum Riley outfit, just chilling, listening to his jams.
Talk about I love a case of mud butt.
And he's over there, before like Amber Heard out of the bed. He's there chilling, and if you listen closely, he's hearing the headphones, and it says KRGR radio, which is Kreuger, which is so cool.
Yep.
He gets sucked in, and blah. I mean, and that was kind of an accident the way it all came out because they had it upside down. And it just. So
that's
very
I
impressive.
That's how that was.
Let
me ask you, Gil. You know what really sold me on that scene though?
What's up?
Is the way like the police and everyone sold the aftermath.
My God, afterwards, like
that is what
buckets.
yeah. He's like, when I first saw it and I saw the stretcher, I'm like, why is there a fucking stretcher? And that guy was like, you're gonna need a mop.
We need buckets. Like, but the mom screaming like that was just. Listen to it again. It's just perfect. Oh my God. Yeah. So fantastic. And like, really, what an original way. Like, really, how did he die? All we saw was the aftermath.
That's another question because right after that, Tina goes into her final fight with Freddy and she's in her dream. But I want to know, what does Freddy do to poor Glenn that causes all that blood to erupt? Why not just do that to everybody?
I think he was on a waterbed, so it was a combination of.
Was it a waterbed?
It was a waterbed.
I had a waterbed.
Early 80s,
waterbed.
Those
so when you pull him in, you had the combination of the blood and the. But yes, you never.
I don't know why Nancy trusted Glenn to stay awake. My man, he fell asleep prier already when she asked him to stay awake.
Probably smoked a little bit.
He's cute. That's why. And cute gets you killed.
Johnny Depp.
All right, Jared. What about you?
All right, you guys are forgetting two things, right? One, what the hell did the ambulance leave with? Because as soon as they like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
the ambulance take off, and then two is like, the dad was peeping on Nancy the whole time. when he was looking out the window. And nobody talks about that.
Pervert.
He's like drinking his coffee. That's like looking at her through the window. I mean, that was a little creepy. But nah, I would definitely. I think the Tina scene. The Tina scene really stands out the most. And I mean, think about it too. Is before she gets killed, Johnny Depp is hearing what they're doing going on. So he went through his own horror too, because he was listening to what was going on upstairs while he's trying to go to sleep. So
Well, no, he was hoping he could get Nancy, but Nancy didn't want to do anything. So
Funny story.
our two
about
buddies
that
are over here.
is like Wes Craven wrote that part because he heard his neighbors doing it, so he wrote that for Johnny Depp's.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
he was inspired by his neighbors.
but you know what's good about that scene too? It took its time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of horror movies would have rushed that scene, and it took its
Mhm.
time because it knew out of all the scenes that were going to kill, that one was going to deliver. So it kind of prepped you up, even though like the other kills were quicker. This one just felt so right because you knew that Freddy was brutal, and I think that was a good way to basically showcase that. All right, this guy's going to fuck all these people up, and what better way to do it with? Like I agree, I thought she was going to be the main character the whole time because the way they were displaying her, but. It was like it kind of reminded me of like going back watching like Scream where they were showcasing Drew Barrymore. Also, they killed her off real quick.
Well,
That's like all
first,
the screams do that, especially with the new ones. You're like, they should probably still be alive. And with Tina, the same thing. I wanted her to be final girl, and I mean, we love Nancy, right? We can't go wrong with Nancy. So
that is true. I mean, the thing about Tina is because remember before he got her, he was because everybody makes fun of the scene now, but when you're younger, especially 12 years old and 9 years old, and Freddy's hands go out and they just keep stretching. I mean, yes, when you see it now, obviously we're so used to all the cinematography and special effects that it looks a little hanky. However, if you truly enjoy a horror movie, you always put your head back into the year that it came out. Like you can't watch 1984's A Nightmare on Elm Street with a 2024 mentality. You have this is the 80s. You have to go back to what they had, what he had for production wise. So him fucking with her in the beginning, that's why. And yes, I'm with also when he killed her, because normally if you get killed in the dream, you're laying in bed, but in this, if you're getting killed in your dream, you're actually getting tossed around in real life and being viciously mauled.
Mark for edit.
There's no edit here, but because he fucked her up. I mean, and that's why this movie had resonated, all these years, is because, as Rick said, this guy gets you in your dreams, and there's no escaping him, So with that,
Hold on, Jay. Let's catch up.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, Lindsay's up. Wait, what? Oh, okay.
She will be joining us.
We'll be seeing her soon.
I'm sorry, that name threw me off. I couldn't.
Lindsay.
Oh, okay. Moms who support horror are the best. I learned about all of the best horror classics from my mom. Yeah, I learned all of my horror stuff from my older brother. That's how it's always passed down through family. So. And Selena V, again, the scene that stands out for me is when it's the diner scene. I can't. All right, which movie was the diner scene from?
Yeah, that's 2000.
Okay, thank you. Let me hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shelf that so I could yell at her later for that. All right, yeah, Lexi. I'm gonna go watch. All right, I'm gonna go watch People Dream. Oh yeah, she's a sleep tech. So
she's gonna be dressed like Freddy right now. Watch, man.
It would be so fun to fuck with people at my job, but I get fired. You have no idea.
Hey, I was watching this movie the other day. Like I said, I was in a text with Joe when they had Nancy all tied up to all of the wires and then watching her sleep. Is that a sleep tech? Is that what they do? Or is that what you do, rather?
Yeah, that's what I do.
So you sit there and you see when they go to sleep and when they're in deep sleep and when they dream. That's fucking cool.
You never had it done. Oh no, you don't want to be on the other side of that, though. You don't want to be the one on the bed because that's so uncomfortable.
What up, Brick? My boy Brick Artemis.
Brick.
Brick Artemis is awesome. He's at a great channel. If you love Legos, collecting, hot toys, anything of the sort,
Still
definitely
have
give
to
him a
put
look.
my castle together, Brick. It's
Oh, that's
closer.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
have
Oh
a
yeah,
Disney.
you got
It's
the
closer.
castle.
It's literally closer to the room now. It was in the living room for a while. I got to put it together, but yes.
Nice. I learned all the horror stuff from my grandma. Yeah, see, again,
Wow.
it's always
So,
passed down. It's always
Abuela's,
passed down.
if it's your abuela, that's even scarier.
I learned about like Claudia Dona from my grandma.
Oh, well, God, dog. Let me see.
And the
where's my-
chupacabra.
What's she been teaching you? How to blood feast? Like, fucking erase her head? What are our grandparents showing us?
I think what did they show us? Anyway,
One more. Hold on. And I love horror. Yeah, and he does love horror. That's right. I gotta phrase that. My man is a horror fan.
Get him in here, man.
Thanks for popping in, Brick. Appreciate it. Yeah, we gotta get you on, Brick. Absolutely. I gotta hop
God
on
bless you.
your show too.
And
God bless you, Gil.
Thank you.
Bless you.
well,
Don't
and
judge me.
I'm assuming, Mark, how old are you?
I am 30.
So the movie, when it came out, he wasn't even born yet.
He's only 30 years younger than
My
you.
birth year, bro.
30 years.
So shut up.
Hey, I remember I'm still the oldest dog here. So, like, he's 40 years old. I watched it when I was 12. Do the math. But I'm gonna answer this part first and then go to you guys as far as, because again, I saw this when it came out, and once it was available to be able to rewatch and rent, it's one that I will rewatch. This is always on my Halloween list. If I'm scrolling through looking for something, because I have like the DirecTV app, anything Nightmare on Elm Street I see, I stop. I don't care where it's at. I don't care which movie it is. So for me, 40 years later, I can still watch this movie. It's still just as entertaining. For your Nightmare on Elm Street fans, everybody has a favorite one, so for some people, once it started getting with the, comedy, with part 2, which dealt with other different issues, like once it started exploring a little bit more, it's still all rooted to the original one.
It's hard to believe part 2 was that's the second appearance of Freddy Kreuger. That's crazy to think about because
a year later.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, this movie, 2024, 40 years later, it still holds. I'll still be watching it in 2034, 2054, when I'm in my retirement home and I'm fighting with all the old people who want to put on like fucking, The Price is Right. I'm like, can we put some horror on? I
love The Price is Right, bro.
I love that one too. I mean, that's like when you sick and you got nothing to watch, you watch that. But I want to be like pulling out like, because it will have different technology then, but I want to pull out like my DVD and go, can we watch a Nightmare on Elm Street? And so this is a movie that for me still holds. It has not lost much, because again, quality, value, sometimes through the years it loses. For me, still a scary fucking movie. So, Mark, I'm going to go to you. I know that your guest, and I said you go first, but I wanted to get that one out of the way so I can listen to everyone else.
No, yeah, so I agree. Again, this movie actually started my horror journey when I was 10. This is my mom's favorite movie, so she showed me it. And every so often, just like you, whenever I see Nightmare on Elm Street, I have to put it on. Preferably, again, like I said before recording, I'm a big fan of the second one. That's my favorite all-time one. But of course, the first one, you can't go wrong with it because it started Freddy. And I feel like it's the more realistic one out of all of them. And by far has, I think, the best kills. But yeah, it's definitely rewatchable. I feel like I learn something new every watch. Just like Gil said earlier, when what's his name? Glenn, he's listening to the radio and he hears the F when they spell the Fred. Yes, I actually just found that out like maybe 2 watches ago, and I was like, that is crazy. Like I didn't realize that.
Me too.
But even looking at like behind the scenes and documentaries of the film, it's just so beautiful of like at the time, the 80s, like what it was. You think now like, okay, they could probably definitely remake that, which they did, and it was horrible. But that's one movie that should have never been touched, and it's just definitely rewatchable all the time.
All right, Rick, what about you? Oh, actually, because you don't watch it, is this something you're going to add on to? But didn't you say you just saw it and have been a while? You're not a fan of, like, would you watch this again?
Wait, what? I'm not a fan of it. You said, talk to me.
Yeah, I thought you're not a big fan of Freddy Kreuger.
I never said I wasn't a fan. He's not like my
Ah.
favorite. He's not my favorite. You could be a fan, but not. It's like a upper echelon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what you asking me, Joker?
Are you? I mean, is this a rewatch for you? Like,
Yeah. This is a movie.
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween, Friday the 13th. I mean, Jesus Christ! Like, this is a film that you can watch at any time because it does hold up. Again, it's not like as goofy as the other films, but yet, you know, the humor isn't in what Freddy's saying. It's more in like the mannerisms and the fact that he's torturing these poor people in their dreams. You know, at one moment, like there's a scene when near the end of the climax of the film when Nancy booby traps her entire room, goes to sleep with the watch on, you know, and obviously she's walking around the house in dream form, like you said, Joe. She's lucid. So there's a scene when Freddy pops up and he pops away, and then it cuts immediately to a shot of her, medium shot, and there's a foreground, and in the foreground all of a sudden the blades, pew, they just protrude and then retract right back, and then she looks and it's gone, and it's like an instant. Little things like that carry the film to me because it keeps you on your toes. It's never boring. You're always alert because you want to know what's going on, especially like when people are in the dream state. And of course the cast is amazing. I mean, we already mentioned, you know, everyone else. Johnny, I love how it says when movies usually do this, there's a tale of two versions. There's an introducing Edward Furlong, and then there's introducing Johnny Depp. So it's hit or miss. But this one, they got it right. Johnny Depp became one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be for many, many, many more years after this, but he was always active. And, you know, his part was straightforward. I mean, the guy, you know, one part got me annoyed was at the end when Nancy is banging on those bars and yelling for that idiot to call her dad. He's like, huh? And she's like, call my dad. He's like, and finally he's like, I think I should go. He's mumbling to him. So I'm like, dude, Jesus Christ. I lost my marbles at that point. But it does hold up. I don't like not that I don't like. I'll get into this for the closing thoughts, but the supernatural elements, you know me, man. I like stuff that's grounded. You know, unless it's a paranormal film, you know, like a Paranormal Activity or you know, something like that, you know. Not really a fan of stuff that's not plausible, you know, like how they never explain how he entered this dream world. How can he infect you in your dreams? He got burned alive, but what is he? How can he do this? I don't need every little detail. I'm not saying that I don't want to be spoon-fed, but at least a little bit of like information. I don't even think did the sequels ever go into any of that? I don't. Yeah.
They did.
Boom. All right. I take it. All right, then I take that back. But for this film, it's a nitpick though. It's not a complaint. It's a nitpick. It's a nitpick.
It's a valid nitpick, honestly, because we're used to. Sorry, we're used to when we see the movies that we're given a specific reason how this power came to be, and this one was vague.
Yes, very vague. And I love how they're watching Evil Dead on the TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice little callback because in the Evil Dead, there's a hill that hills have eyes. There's the hills have eyes. There's a poster down in the cellar, which was amazing. So that's Wes Craven saying, "I got you, Sam Raimi," and there you go. Two directors looking out for each other. Remember, Wes Craven, before this film, he did a lot of like schlocky stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
And I love, this is one of New Line Cinema. This was their very first film, I think, right?
Built.
The house that Freddy built.
Freddy built.
There you go. So.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it holds up. Absolutely. You could watch. This is a movie you could put it on, and you could put it to like a casual fan, and they're not gonna say, "Oh, this looks old-fashioned," or "No, this is. I'm not watching this." No, they're gonna be like glued to the TV because they took those modern effects at the time, all practical, baby, for the most part, all practical, and it makes it work, man. So yeah, because it's practical. Except for I'll get to this later. Except for the ending parts, but
I know exactly what part you're talking about. How about you, Jr.? Is this still?
No, it's still a good movie. But to go back to the scene where Nancy's banging on the window for the cop to go get her dad. Go back and watch that scene when she hits the bars. The whole thing moved. So I'm like, you could have escaped. You could have jumped out right then and there. But no, you chose to stay in the house. That's one thing. Two is Macaulay Culkin must have watched Nightmare on Elm Street because sure got his ideas from Nancy.
When Rick made a comment, I was like, Nancy totally Kevin the whole entire house.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell did she get that sledgehammer from?
It was.
And then to top it off, the funny
You're
thing
muted,
was,
Rick.
Oh, you're still muted.
You're still muted for some reason.
Reddit.
Mind you, this is pre-internet, so I don't know how she found information to there's no Google, so she was clearly reading a book though. There was a yes, I know that, but how much time do you think she had to? All right, hey, is there a book on how to rig my house to kill people?
She can't. She needs to keep herself awake. So
The sledgehammer. Where'd she get the sledgehammer from?
I'm
It was
sorry,
in the
bro.
basement, man. It's a big
I'm
house.
I'm
You
a
had
visual
sledgehammer back
person.
in
No
the
book
day.
is gonna teach me how to rig up a freaking sledgehammer to hit
I needed
someone in the
to-
gut.
I need a tutorial video on exactly how she did the whole booby traps because that was
Yeah.
insane.
Exactly.
Well, but then
Everywhere Freddy went, she had a solution for it. So how did she know he was gonna be there at that time?
Well, it was was it gunpowder in the lamp or something like
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
Like,
She rigged explosives, brother.
Yeah.
No,
Hold on one
she was-
second. Hold on. Before we continue, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Nope, I got that one. Didn't they do a 3D one, Freddy? I don't think so, right?
I don't think they did.
No.
That was That was Friday the 13th 3. That was
Yeah.
3.
Mhm.
As far as 3D slashers.
And Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, yeah, that don't count. That was years later.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that, Brick.
Yep, I'll come out one day for sure. Yeah, Brick,
I'll
I'll
hold
hit
you
you
to
up, brother. Oh my God, the Chupacabra. We must have been talking about him. I don't remember. what
No.
we were talking about. How about dress as Freddy and report with? All right, there you go, Joe. Send us some pictures, man.
And you know what's the biggest question I have too after I watch this film is where else in the house does the mom keep her liquor? Because she was in the freaking closet where all the towels were. She grabbed that big bottle. She was there guzzling
That
it.
same vodka bottle, yo.
I'm like,
She
where else
was
is
an alcoholic. I mean, which I love alcohol, but Lord.
Hey, I've been there. I get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you gotta hide it. I mean, you find places to hide it. Nobody gonna know.
Back in
Big
my
bottles
dad days,
here, big
I
bottles
remember
of
those
beer.
days.
No, but definitely it still holds up. It's still a fun watch. I mean, that music score is still
Mhm.
it still gets you.
Oh,
when you
hold
hear
on, GR, before you go, hold on. Joe, our boy. Hold on, our boy right here. Look at Joe.
Hey!
Yeah. Part 6 had 3D at the end, the old red-blue glasses. Freddy, wait a minute.
I think you're right because I have that disc collection and I think
I
did
remember
have
the
3D
glasses.
Oh,
He's right.
all right.
By the
That's
way,
right.
greatest avatar ever. Lucio Fulci, man. My boy.
It's on me.
One more. I joined late. Not sure if you guys touched on this, but Nightmare on Elm Street was actually based on a true story. In 70s horror,
Yep.
Yep.
He's right.
refugees fled war and died in their sleep in unexplained ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it
I
what
love when
SCP
thank you
stud?
for that. Thank you for that comment too, by the way, because I love it when films are based off of something plausible that happened already. But they turned the switch up a bit to make it more entertaining. See? All right. I take it back. I was wrong.
That's totally that's what you would hear when a Lopez sibling is proven right.
If we were talking Friday the 13th, I wouldn't make that mistake. So.
when I was trying because I did when they wait a minute, was that was the one with his daughter?
No, go
Right?
down the list. I don't know. Dream Master,
Freddy's
Dream
dead?
Child. What else they had? What?
Yeah. Was
think
it
it's
Freddy's
Child?
Night. Freddy's Nightmare.
Freddy's
Freddy's dead. Freddy's dead.
It was. I think it was 3D now. Yes.
Hold on. See, now you got me checking this, man.
I know because there was a scene because I just saw this during AMC's
That's
Fear
the video
Fest.
game one
Let me
where he
see.
kills the guy in the video game.
Oh,
Did
it
you-
is. Yeah. The Final
Yes!
Nightmare.
Yes, I saw that. You know the worst part? I fucking saw that one in the movie theater.
Yo, Johnny Depp is credited in that movie. He's in it as Glenn.
They probably
Which one?
discussed it
Like a
back then.
flashback.
Probably a
maybe.
flashback. Yeah.
Oh, I told
But
you. All right, dude. Thank you for reminding because as soon as you guys all said it, I'm like, fuck, I saw this in the movie theater. Like I had 3D glasses in the movie
Miss-
theater and fucking saw it.
Mr. Kraus, thanks for coming, man. First
Oh,
time you
yeah,
see this guy on the
thank you.
live stream, yo. Thank you,
That
man.
is very
Appreciate
true.
it. All right, and one more from corner. I remember watching it in the movies. Yeah.
Watching in the movies. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm obviously, Mr. Fan here. Gilbert, what about you? Is this still a rewatch for you?
He's waiting. Look at that.
Oh man,
I know. I purposely did this. I'm not gonna lie because I like working him up. So
He's a
just sitting
regular
there
now.
oh yeah, no, but you can tell like he's like, oh yeah, oh. I'm like,
oh,
he
and all
does.
the little notes, yeah. This movie is just it's fantastic, almost borderline perfect. I mean, and going back to directors real fast, it's crazy is that he gave shout out to Raimi, but him and Sean Cunningham were boys. So they worked together on Friday the 13th, but here when they were running late a little bit on directing stuff, Sean Cunningham took over the reins a little bit. He helped direct some of the scenes later on because they were so busy. So I always thought that was awesome.
Nice shout.
And excuse me, but yes, I mean, not only does this movie hold up, I mean, it beats the shit still at most horror. This broke the mold. I mean, yeah, slashers, but this is supernatural slash. I know, Rick, you're not the biggest fan of it, but I loved it because this was a new splinter of it. This is a new subgenre that I haven't seen replicated, thank God, but that just goes to its creativity. It's amazing to see that. And that's why the remake crumbled, because that's just how powerful and original this one is. Going back to what I said earlier, late 70s, early slashers just love getting comfortable. They're all doing out trying to do each other. Savini trying to get all those paychecks from fucking everybody up with the old board. That's awesome. I love Savini doing all that stuff, but we just had an abundance of these slashers. Now we come along with this guy that's in a dream world and completely different. And it's incredible. I told you, I'm a whore for the colors. That blue hue will always just be great. And then the music was done greatly because nowadays we see jump scares used. They're abused. They're just abused. They're used way too much.
Me and Jared just talked about that too. One of his videos.
When you do it properly,
You're
like
right.
this movie does, it's fantastic. I'm watching with my best friend, my she's amazing. My daughter, when I showed her this for the first time, the jump got her as it should have. It still holds the test of time. It's fantastic. The music hits right, and it's just amazing. And then, what a final girl. Wes Craven's daughter said, "Dad, why do you have the girls falling down all the time, goddammit?" He's like, "You're right. I'm going to get a sledgehammer to this motherfucker's chest now." She's going to learn how to do like a survivalist manual and just beat the shit out of him, which she did. She did a better job than Arnold did in Predator. She did a fantastic job. She was wonderful. She was playing chess while he was playing checkers. She just beat him at every step. And in both worlds, it was great. And then the ending was great because those two weren't supposed to be in there. It was supposed to be one or the other. But the money guy wanted one of them, and they ended up putting both in an accident. So we got a treat with that ending. And I can go on and on. Like, again, watch your boy's video on it. This movie is fantastic. I mean, Halloween Essentials. I want to do a live stream of just me watching it for more commentary because I do. Did I already do one? Fuck, I'm high. Anyways, they're great. I mean, this movie I can go watch it over and over and
That's something
over.
we have to do. We got to do like live watches.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
reacting
Like,
to-
all
I've never
start at
done
the
that
same
before.
time and go because like this movie's fantastic. I'm watching this
Mm-hmm.
alcoholic bitch right now. Okay, no kidding. Just even
got the
seeing that,
movie
like
on.
the times, it was crazy. And then I love the references later on, the connection to Scream. How the sheriff, not the dad, but like his right hand man. The story goes that like he was so traumatized by Elm Street that he went to Woodsboro, and then all that shit happens because he's there too.
Oh, poor
So that's
guy.
a nice little connection that I love.
Wait, he's in Woodsboro? Wait, elaborate. What do you mean?
in Woodsboro and Scream. So they're like the head guy in charge of
Yeah.
Dewey.
Same
He's that
actor?
Actor.
Oh,
So-
I didn't record that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
nice.
the actor.
Boom.
So the theory is that he left there after that bloodbath, and then he walks into Ghostface years later.
Fuck my life.
But yeah, so this movie obviously is one of my favorites. Thank you, Wes Craven, for this, and whoever did the remake, fuck you for that. But honestly, this movie is just
I
will
never
always
watched
be one of my
it.
favorites.
I
Thank you, Wes, and thank you, Freddie. Thank you, all of you, especially Heather. I love you.
Yeah.
I did
Whoever
watch the
said-
remake.
Yeah, don't watch it. It was.
I
I've only
did,
seen
I
it once.
did.
Nah, I refuse. I refuse.
God,
I don't
Garbage.
hate it. I don't hate it. I think it tried to ground itself on the whole Freddy being a child killer, and
Yeah.
turned it.
You trying to
turned it
protect the movie
icky.
right now, Joe?
No, I'm not. The
Hold
problem
on, hold on.
is
If you're gonna do that, hold on. Go ahead. You got the floor. Go ahead.
See what you got, hot shot.
the problem with the remake is that it made Freddy icky.
Yeah.
Like it added an ickiness that we didn't have in the 80s. Like this guy, yes, he made a weapon, he killed children, but they made him into a sexual predator, and that's where
Don't
I
they
was like,
realize what makes Freddy work is his sense of humor?
yeah. And
Why
the
would they
humor-
get rid of all of that? Just let's make him scary. No, we got that already. It's called Nightmare on Elm Street, 1980. What is it? What year is this?
1984.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
But I mean, and the guy that played him was Rorschach. In
yeah,
Watchmen.
he's a great
fantastic.
actor.
He's
Great
a good actor. The
Bad News
makeup
Bears.
work,
Drum
makeup
roll.
work with Bad
Drum
News Bears.
roll.
I mean, come on.
I think great
Yeah, thank you,
actor,
Rick.
horrible Freddy for sure.
Yeah, he was not. And the makeup work, the whole, like
Get
the
Kevin
burn
Bacon
work
in
was
there. He
too
can do it.
severe. I
There was rumors about that for a little bit.
I would not be if they're going to remake it. I'm actually not against Kevin.
It's gonna be
Bacon.
Timothy from Dune. He's gonna do it. I fucking know
I
it.
can't see no one else as Freddy. That's
It's
Robert
hard.
Englund.
It's hard.
It's
hard
not
to
like
do it. It's
Jason
hard
or
to do it.
Michael where they're under a mask.
Yeah, you need
This,
some pizzazz.
the
here. You need that
personality
character,
comes
baby.
from Robert
Yeah.
Englund. You know what I'm saying?
And I know
Like,
it does, but Kevin might be able to like honestly pull it off. To be honest, at least I feel. All right, I'm looking at the time here before we close it out. One real quick question. Again, you don't have to elaborate. I know we're talking about the 40th one. Favorite Friday? I mean, sorry, Friday. My God, I'm a little buzzed myself right now. Favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie? Mark.
Again, I love the second one. Hands down, it's my favorite. Right after, it's the third. You can't go wrong with the third one.
All right, Gilly.
So I think it's not fair because I'm automatically going to say the original. So I am going to say the third one because I think it's just wow. It upped the ante. We start to see Freddy testing the water before he jumps the shark. So it was cool to see that, right? You know, before he got a little ridiculous. And it's great. Besides that one, I got to say Freddy vs. Jason. That movie doesn't get enough credit. Doesn't get
Yeah.
enough credit.
Man, the
Yeah.
torpedo.
That's my bronze medal.
All right, Jr.
Dream Warriors. I mean, I love Dream Warriors. I agree with Gilly. It's like they showed Freddy's potential, and afterwards they just jumped right off. It's like, oh fuck, let's ruin the rest of the movie to make money. But for me, yeah, I mean, Dream Warriors is just so good because now you have a group of people coming together to fight them, and it's, I mean, you had the badass, the junkie, she was my favorite character in that one.
Me too.
And I loved her. I was so mad that she died.
Quickly.
You know,
And yeah, exactly. Just what a waste.
but Dream Warriors definitely my favorite one.
And another waterbed. Was there a waterbed in that one? Or is there a bed that he gets stuck into?
Oh yeah, the mute guy.
There, okay, I knew there was a bed, but where's the waterbed?
When Freddy as a nurse seduces him.
Yeah, I remember that, but there's another waterbed one. Is it the fourth or fifth? I can't remember. Damn it.
But Gilly, but that one had the second best kill. The welcome to prime time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
All
I
right,
think that was England ad-lib too when he said
Did,
that.
absolutely did.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's really hard for me to.
What a
So
rock
here's the
star.
thing. Here's the thing. Obviously, I love the original one.
You skipped
Dream
me, bro.
Warriors.
What happened,
Oh,
bro?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
I'll go after you. Go.
All right. I thought I did. I apologize.
No, I don't
But
care. I'm just
Dream
I'm busting
Warriors.
your
I
balls.
love Dream Warriors, but I'm not gonna lie. As far as a fun rewatch, it is Freddy versus Jason. I don't know what it is.
Man, the torpedo.
I that one as
It's
the
so
years
good.
have gone by, because I don't know if there was some conversation I had where we discussed, well, who won?
Because England
know,
was great in that movie.
He
though.
was.
Oh,
All right.
he was so
Go
good.
ahead, Rick. What was yours?
Dream Warriors, obviously. You know me. If you know me, it's Dream Warriors. But I do want to give a shout out to Freddy Part 2.
Yeah.
Freddy's Revenge. Is that the
Good.
Yes.
You know what I love about that movie is the fact that it is a male character. It's not a final
Exactly.
girl. It's a male character. And some of the imagery in it, like when he came out of the other dude's chest and ripped
Yes.
right out of this guy, and the guy's father's banging on the door, and this guy's like, ah!
I
And
love
he
the
came
pool
to
party
reality.
scene.
I
He
feel
came to
bad for the
reality.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that moment. I want to give it a special shout out because it doesn't get enough love. And I'll be honest, that movie, I didn't really see it until not too long ago. Like really sit down and watch it, and it's really good.
It is good.
Mhm.
The scene
good.
with the school bus, top tier.
Yes.
Good stuff on that.
And the
But I
bird.
think
The bird.
yes. But Dream Warriors is a nice balance. It's got a nice mix of scares and it's got great kills. Freddy with the one-liners, right? But what I love about it is the cast of characters, the victims. They're not just throwaway. They're characters you legit care about. There's the one guy that you mentioned, he can't talk. You know, he's mute. You got what's the guy, Joe? You know, what's the dude? The tough guy. What's his name, Joe? Come on, Joe.
Kincaid.
Yeah,
Kincaid.
Kincaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, my boy Kincaid in it. Like, and of course, you know, oh my God, she was amazing with.
Larry
she had like,
Fishburne?
yes, Lawrence Fishburne was the
Larry.
orderly in this.
Larry in that one. It wasn't Lawrence. It's Larry Fishburne.
That's how you
Yeah.
know it was old school. Yeah, but again, yeah, I love the cast of characters in Dream Warriors, man. And the Puppet Master kill. I'm sorry, that's the definitive. Friday. I'm sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street. See, I love Jason. That's the definitive kill in the series. But I want to give a special shout out to the other movies. I forget which one it was, because they all, to me, honestly, they all blend together for me after Dream Master. The one where the motorcycle turns into, like, it's Freddy and he's turning into the motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
With the
he
Jane
goes
Childs.
all into him. Yeah.
Yes, and another one when I think the girl's working out and she turns into a roach. That's
Roach
body
in the
horror.
Roach Motel.
That one's
That's-
Roach
fantastic.
Motel.
That's body horror to the extreme. So I just wanted
Yes.
to point out those
Yes.
two right there.
On that one and shit. What was the name of Patricia Arquette's character?
I
Was
don't
it
know. I
Alice?
wouldn't know.
Alice-
Oh, Kristen.
Kristen.
Ah,
The
good stuff,
problem,
thank you.
the problem was that Kristen got recast like 3 times.
Yeah. That
You
was
didn't-
awful.
if
I didn't
you-
know that. See,
Oh
I'm not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
Sure.
so basically, Dream Warriors, it was Heather handing the reins. Think about a final girl handing over the
The
reins. to
blonde
the final
Kristen?
girl. Yes.
Yes.
So she was in the other films too.
Yes. 3 different people played her.
Jeez,
Tommy
I didn't
Jarvis.
notice that.
If Patricia Arquette had signed on to do all 3, she would have created another final girl because, like, her character understood and was still being followed by him. And wasn't she the one that was also supposed to give birth to his baby, or that?
I think so.
Or that he was affecting her baby. Like her character.
It just
had
got
become-
weird as a series went along. It got
But they-
really
it-
strange.
So the thing is, it all interconnects well, but when you recast your main character, it's hard to then connect.
Do we know why
This is
Patricia was recast? Did she decline or she had scheduling conflicts? Because she was, I mean,
So I want to say after this, she did True
her
Romance.
career went on a good trajectory, so it's not like she missed out.
I
but
think she did True almost not that
Yeah.
far from here. True
I'm
Romance.
gonna assume she blew up and she
She
just
blew
couldn't
up.
do it. She
She blew
couldn't
up.
do it. Yeah.
You know, she's too good now.
Well, I mean, it kind of sometimes happens. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close this up, guys. Thank you for sticking out with us. I'm gonna ask everybody their final thoughts on here. We rate the movie 1 through 5. So if you're watching, you can tell us your ratings also. But I'm gonna go
Comment
to
that.
you, Mark, first, and I'll actually be right back real quick. But I do have this on all my TVs in the house, and if everybody knows me, there's 3 TVs in my house. I'm gonna hear the whole conversation.
Including his bathroom, by the way.
Hey, well, there's a microphone. No, there's not a speaker in the bathroom, so
Headphones.
I will be able to
And a
hear that
camera.
while I go to it.
Yeah, headphones
Just
and
mute.
camera
We don't
in
want to
the
hear you flush the toilet, bro. So we're good.
Do you ever?
Yes.
Ever? Oh, you have? Oh,
Ask
sorry.
JR.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
We secretly have a group that make fun of you for doing that shit.
Yeah, you flush and then you do like this loud.
Oh, I'm sorry, JR. I fucked it up. I should never. I'm kidding. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go,
As a
go, go.
group, I feel victimized right
Wait,
now.
what's the question? How you gonna drop?
Closing thoughts. Closing thoughts.
How you
We're
gonna
going
say
to Mar-
close the thought and then leave? I'm
It's
fucking
real-
with you.
it's
Go
real-
ahead.
I know you
That's-
are, but that's okay. Listen, this is why.
This is how we roll, bro.
This is how we
have
roll.
fun.
So our guest, this is how we roll. So the next time you jump on, you can get this. I
Here
mean,
goes your boy Joe, the man, yeah, the man, yeah.
Gilly's got it. He knows because it's a miracle he didn't
And 5. Okay, so 5's a favorite. And
there you go.
1, 3, and New Nightmare.
I
New Nightmare's
love A New
interesting.
Nightmare.
Interesting
I
because
love-
that movie is a precursor to Scream, if you believe that.
Yep.
It really is. Good shout. Good shout. Yeah. Thank you for that.
So,
All right,
Mark-
so Mark, give
so
us
Okay.
your final thoughts on the movie. We rate 1 through 5.
Vete, mea, vete,
Yeah,
diablo,
up
man.
that
Go,
deuce, man. Up
diablo.
that deuce.
So I'm gonna rate it definitely a 5. It's one of those movies that it's just a movie in horror history that is just gonna be remembered forever, and I love that the newer generation are becoming fans of it. Final thoughts overall. I mean, I personally think it's one of those films that stand out as a whole in the series. Like if there wasn't part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it was just a standalone, that would be perfect. The only thing is just the ending when the mom gets pulled through the fucking door.
The dummy?
I'm just like, why?
Yo, that's
but-
straight out of an Italian film right there. The fucking dummy. Boop.
Yes, but I do love when the convertible top falls and it's striped like the sweater.
That's cool.
Fucking brilliant.
Cool,
But yes,
cool, good imagery on that one.
yes. So yeah, 5 for sure, and it's gonna live forever. So definitely.
JR, guy, you go, JR.
You got some ratings there. I don't know if you want to.
Let's get let's do it. Thank you. All right, solid 4.5. Such a classic. Love it and love Nancy. She is a badass. I will say about Nancy, she was proactive. She didn't wait for no one else to help her.
Yeah.
She saw she wasn't gonna get any help. She took charge. She did her thing. I found it hilarious how it was like Home Alone. How like Freddy was like falling down the stairs and all comical.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? But yeah, Nancy was a great character. Wait, not 5-1. I'm rating it a 5. Oh, okay. Selena, come on. Go make me a sandwich. All right, come on. That's my girlfriend, by the way. I can say that. Sorry.
I'm gonna rate it a 4.5 too. It is a fun watch. It is a good movie that stands the test of time. There's one scene that when I was watching, I kept rewinding it because I thought it was so hysterical. Is when she runs down the stairs. She goes, "Come get me, Freddy." She jumps over the couch, and then she's like waits for him behind the couch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it got comical at the end. It did.
Right.
It was like you know what it was,
Couch.
JR? It was like a different movie. It felt like.
Yeah.
It felt like they just dropped
Yes.
all of like the serious, grounded tone and just went completely like, okay, let's just have fun with this now, which is not bad. It's okay, as long as it's done well.
No, it's not bad, and I do, and I think Rick's gonna bring it up. So I steal your thunder a little bit. The only scene that I did not like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I understood that she figured out how to beat him, but the way she was like, "I know this is a dream. I know you're not real," and then he just like disappeared
lucid.
right through her, and that kind of put a damper a little bit on me because
JR knows me.
like you could have figured this out a while ago, then, but for me, I think that just the little thing that they should have just pulled back on and stuff. Because if she would have just I would have had her just walk out completely.
Yeah.
And just leave him there behind. Because then when you get the sequence at the end where she walks out the house, okay, because it doesn't really show anything that really happened to him. So it puts it in there. I was like, all right, maybe she is still dreaming. So it's like the fact that that's the only thing that I went back a couple times, like, man, I wish they wouldn't have shown this. But overall, I mean, create a kind of character. Create a character, Nancy, who, she started off young, and halfway through the film, she got gray hair, which no other final girl ever got gray hair in the middle of the film.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Not
Yeah,
true.
like
Poltergeist.
Which other?
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist?
Poltergeist.
That was
Actually,
a
at the end, she got her streak.
No, this
But yes,
one
in
got the streak
Poltergeist.
mid film though. She had that white streak.
That's called stress, man.
Great kills. That scene still when he's in the alleyway still freaks me out.
I should know.
and not for nothing, I'm thinking like, man, if I would have seen him in the alleyway coming at me, I'd probably scream at a very high pitch, and I probably won't even move. I'd just be freaking out. I probably would piss myself at the same time. But that scene still gets me because it's so creepy. Like, once again, he took his time playing with his kills, which I think that's what makes Freddy stand out compared to the other ones. Because if we go through the other ones, Michael Myers was unique. He killed people, but you didn't really see the blood. Then you had Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which when you watch the first one, like Joe always says, You never really see the blood.
It's still visceral, but yes,
It's visceral,
no
but
gore.
it's
No
the
gore.
sound.
all in your head.
And then when you watch, anything Friday the 13th, it's always Jason trying to up every kill he does. And that's
Yep.
the whole point of Friday the 13th. Tries to up the kill, which still.
You know, real quick, I just recently during Halloween with my girlfriend sat down and watched Friday the 13th 1 through like 8, right? I hate 9 and 10. I like it, but I know she would hate it, so I didn't bother. Anyway, I noticed about Jason, every film, I know I'm digressing, but it's real quick. Every film, 1, 2, 3, 4, Jason's character and his appearance, everything always was a progression. You know, he wasn't in the first one. He was, he had the burlap sack in the second, got his face mask in the third, the hockey mask. And then as a fourth, fifth, he gets electrocuted,
Bigger and
turns
menacing.
into a zombie, comes back, is burned or whatever. He always, everything that happens to him always progresses film to film. So by the time you get to like the end, this is a walking zombie, which I fucking love. And that's what I liked about that franchise. And the Freddy franchise, to me, it just as it went along, to me on a personal level, it just got too comical. And
It relied too much on that.
It relied too much on it.
much
Yeah.
on
The
that.
one-liners.
And to
The-
show
The
that
kills are still good though. They're fucking great. But overall, it's just it lost the feel of this one. This one here feels like it's disconnected and totally on another level compared to
all the
anything
other
after 4.
Don't forget
Well,
one thing about the Jason franchise, that when he went to Manhattan, he found out that the sewage water in Manhattan is actually the fountain of youth. Because
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Bro. That's terrible. That's terrible.
But
By the way, I saw that recently. Like I said, when he took the mask, he looked so goofy. I'm like, oh god,
Yeah.
what were they thinking?
but for me,
Go
4.5.
ahead, Jer. 4.5.
For me, at 4.5, it's still a fun watch. I still watch it again. I think I'm gonna do that challenge where watch all the franchises. I mean,
Do that. It's fun.
watch the
I
whole
It's
thing.
fun. It
I
is
did
fun
that
to
with
do it.
Jason
Break
this
them down,
year.
Yeah.
It's
Because I
fun
think-
because
I
you
still
see the
think-
progression of everything.
I'm not watching a new one, so you're not gonna
No,
pay me to watch the new
That's
one.
not part of it. That's
You know,
not part of it.
Unless it's a sponsorship deal for us, then I'll watch it. But if it's nothing like that, I'm not watching it. But definitely, I definitely go back and watch it because I still feel like he's still the forgotten one out of the 4 horror icons. And I think I would love to see him come back. As far as who would play him, if Robert Englund can't, I would rather have somebody unknown who has the capabilities of playing him over somebody that we know. But yeah,
That's
4.5 for me.
Good shout out.
Yeah.
So just to show that, yes, they were right. I'm talking about the speaker that I have in the bathroom and what I had to do. Yes, because I knew the scene that Rick was not going to love in this movie that Mark brought up was when the mom got dragged in through the window. And it was a total Giallo film.
Yeah, you
When
heard me.
When you sent the clip to me about all the like when they used the dolls and
The
Giallo,
Italian horror.
I had like I already knew what you were going to talk about on that clip you sent me.
That shit was
I'm
so
like,
bad.
Rick, out of all things. And so, Mark, I'm glad you brought it up because, again, what we also have to talk about is 1984.
Yeah, but you understand, Joe, the
Well,
film was
hold on.
so.
The rest of the money went on
That's
that.
true. That's
So
true.
they had to close it out. And then I kind of feel
I wouldn't have added in. I would have left it.
I kind of feel that the ending was probably more studio pushed so that way they can have a sequel. Because I think that Wes ended it with Nancy beating Freddy and we were done. Well, the studio's like, well, this is really fucking good. And we feel we can make more money. So we're going to need you to add a scene at the end to show that Freddy's still alive so that we don't have to explain it when we release the sequel.
You're right.
So,
you're right. Yeah.
That's how
That
I feel
reminds
that.
me. That's like the Halloween syndrome when John Carpenter originally just wrote a script on him and his wife just for one movie, but when they let's make more movies. He's like, I'm not doing that. I'm done. I told my story, and my man stuck to his guns. Didn't take the money. He said, you know what? No, I'm out. I mean, of course, he became a producer because obviously you want to get something out of your ideas, but he didn't direct it. Rick Rothenthal did that one, and they used his soundtrack, obviously. So yeah, they do that. You're right. Like I think when Wes Craven put this together, he wasn't thinking about, all right, let me make a film that's gonna last a fucking lifetime. You know what I mean?
No.
He was like, he's just trying to do his next gig. You know, he's just trying to get paid and just make his back then. Because remember, this was his first big hit. he did other films, obviously, but nothing on a mainstream level. So he wasn't thinking like that. And you're right, Joe. Yeah, I guarantee you, they probably said we're gonna come back. He's like,
Think
I'm
about
not
it.
coming back.
Think about how well the movie was done, and for almost every fan of this movie, that end scene with obviously using a mannequin, a lot of people complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that again, I could be wrong. And for all you fact-finding people, and actually Rick is better than me at knowing some of this shit. You know, I think that was just something that was added on at the last minute. I don't think it was a Wes Craven idea. I think he helped put it together. But I think it was just, and that's why it looks so cheesy. So wait, so JR, Mark.
That's mine. I'm the last guy.
So did you what was your score?
No, I didn't give a score yet. So
What Gilbert went?
yeah.
Did he go?
Oh, well,
No,
go.
he didn't go.
Oh,
Okay.
he didn't go. So wait, no. Hold
Oh.
on. I'm gonna save Gilbert and me for last, anyways.
Wait, didn't you go, Joe?
No,
All right.
No, it's
All right,
you
let's-
and Gilly.
All right,
Joe.
okay.
I want to know what scene he is because look at him. What part are you in the movie, Gil?
Gil, you're muted.
Oh, where am I at?
You pull one of my moves, bro.
Hour 11 minutes in. Glenn's dead. Yeah.
getting to the end. So yeah, Rick, your final thoughts and your
Oh,
score.
okay. Yeah, so you mentioned the dummy. See, that is not what I was getting at. The dummy I laughed at. Cause that's we seen, come on, horror Italiano. We've seen so many Italian movies throughout the year because of that. I love shit like that. Cause it's practical, it's goofy. It didn't belong in this film though, because this film was serious. It did not, but it's not a deal breaker. To me, I hated the CGI or whatever computer effects they used when like Freddy grabbed his mom and they, you know,
and pulled her
John
into
Saxon pulls
the bed.
and then he comes
okay.
back and then he lunges and he's like just evaporates. I'm like, oh.
Second after, but for me, behind the
See,
mannequin.
I
For
think
you,
this movie
before the mannequin.
Yeah, this film here to me was so good, but I gotta be honest. On my rewatch, and I gotta be fair, when it got to when she pulls him out, I think to me it got really goofy after. Like I said, it turned to Home Alone. He wasn't scary anymore. And then when she realized probably, oh, it didn't work, I fucked up, and she gets up. If she would have got up and he was standing there perfectly framed with her covering him, and then he's there, but no, he pops up out of the bed like he's underneath like he was like, oh, let me hide. And when she gets up, I'll boo, I was scared. No, it just felt goofy. It wasn't scary. I was like, oh no, wait, what happened? All right, so whatever. But she started just beating him up all over the place. I'm like, yeah, Freddy he lost his balls right now, bro. They're treating this guy like a cartoon character. He lost all of his aura, to me at least. And then the computer effects at the end, and then the mannequin was icing on the cake. I'm with you, it's a 4.5 overall because that's not on a technical level, right? Because I understand it's the 80s, but it's more of a personal preference. So that's not to say the movie's bad. 4.5 is a great score. I don't know what I'm trying to defend myself.
I mean, yeah,
but
you don't have to.
it's if it wasn't for like the last, let's say 15 minutes, 15, 20, whatever it is, it would have been a perfect 5 for me. But because it just got, once Freddy got pulled into the real world and then he disappeared. But wait, is he there? Is he not? And then all of a sudden, like Johnny Depp, Glenn's character comes back, and Tina comes back, Rod comes back. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Everyone's what? They're not dead? What? But then it was another dream on top. But still, it's like, it should have just ended it. The ending could have been better. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. To me, ending is very important. If you don't stick to that, it's a fail on that part. But it's a classic. It'll live on forever. And I think to me, on even to this day, I will say it's probably the best Nightmare on Elm Street movie. But 3 is my favorite. Is how I would phrase that.
More grounded and scarier. This one.
Yeah.
More fun. It is 3.
DreamWorks.
Like because but we're comic book people, so this is also dealing with people who got powers in order to be able to fight him.
That's
so
true.
it appealed to the people who collect comic books where you're like, all right, hold on.
Yeah,
So
it
I could
didn't
be
do
the
us no
wizard.
good though. Because all right, if you're a nerd, you're gonna get fucked up. He didn't do shit
Well,
to this guy.
The fucking wizard got fucked up on
He
that.
didn't do anything. So what that doesn't help me. Like, all
Yeah,
right.
he's like, I'm this one, and yeah, the fucking wheelchair.
But
guy.
yeah, I liked him though. Again, a guy in the wheelchair. Yeah, great cast of characters, and you felt, you know what it is? Every character that was killed in that movie, I felt bad for,
You did.
because you got a chance to understand them and you spent time with them, and you built a little bond and connection with them. That's why I love Dream Warriors so much.
All right, everybody, put your jackets on because it's Gilbert's time. Go, Gilbert.
This shot's for you. This is for you, Gilly. This shot's for you. Salute, brother.
Let's keep it simple. 5.
You don't have to. That's
All
why
right,
we
Joe,
like
your
you,
turn.
bro.
I'm kidding.
No, we don't want to keep it simple, man. Come on, give it to
No,
us.
give us.
No, yeah. I'm good. It's 5. It stands the test of time. It's got its own song. It's in the national film industry. Give it a 5.
I need to get on Gilly's side. Because that's where Gilly's at right now. I mean, for me, obviously, it's a 5. It's one of the movies that fucked me up, you know. And especially with the job that I'm doing now, where I do, you know, sleep studies. I literally had a woman tell me that her husband says she screams in the middle of the night. Well, what I ended up observing is that she has REM behavior disorder, because before she goes into REM, she screamed. I went into the room to say, oh my God, you can get on your side. I thought she was screaming because her back was hurting or something.
REM, like REM, the band, like that.
REM
What's that stand for?
Oh
What's the
my
acronym?
God. You're an asshole.
Dude,
Rapid eye
what do you
movement.
mean? That's your job.
Rapid
How
eye
do you know
movement.
this?
Rapid eye
Alright,
movement.
thank
Rapid eye
you.
movement. Rapid eye movement. I know. I because I did go to REM. With,
Listen, we always
within my
bust our,
relation.
guys. Mark, we always bust our balls. So this is how we
no,
go.
this is,
We
like I
fight,
said, Mark,
we argue.
You
You should have been there for a Psycho Gorman review, bro.
Oh. I love the shit talking, so I'm here for it. It's like one big family reunion.
Yeah,
Well,
you
no, here's
gotta
the
be
thing.
honest.
Now,
You can't.
you got
you
your
have to.
first with us, because like everybody who joins the first, they keep it short, and we're like, yeah, that's not what we wanted, but okay. So now you know, next time you jump with us, dude, just get right into it.
Yes.
Like, we love, and we love a spirited debate, you know, because none of us are fans of being a fan of the same movie.
Yeah,
But-
check out the Oddity video.
I was telling Gilly on that.
Wait,
that, you know,
Oddity. What? Who did it?
remember that I felt that the blind she knew what she was walking.
I
Oh my
forgot.
God! Have you
I
seen
forgot
Oddity,
about that.
Mark?
I just watched it recently with my husband, and
It's fucking awesome.
Please watch our video and leave a comment, because I want to see where you stand in the debate that was going on.
Oh yeah, it turned
I
into
will.
because again. All right, so again for me, this one is a 5. It is like JR said. So here's the thing, you know, everybody else gets remade, and the easiest thing to remake or add more to them is just basically a jumpsuit, or you know, tattered clothes and a mask. Freddy, because even though he's burned, it's like it's not an easily one that you can just remake. Just this movie stands the time. It still scares the fuck out of you. You know, as I said, as a person who dreams a lot, I hate nightmares. The best part of sometimes being in the nightmares is you say to yourself, this is a nightmare.
Dude, the
Get out.
scariest thing, and you're right about this movie, you can't fall asleep, man.
Everybody else
great.
chases you while you're awake.
You know,
So
she was
this
drinking
is
the
like-
Bustelo.
I
She
mean,
had
you
that
could,
Bustelo
you
going.
could. I know. I'm pretty sure Nancy
What?
was doing.
Bustelo?
Yeah, but she
Colombia.
kept drinking.
Oh yeah, but her
Yeah.
mom, she took her mom. Her mom was drinking the coffee, and she just grabs it from her mom's hand. So if that was me, I'm like, what the fuck are you
Her
doing?
mom leaves the room, grabs all the coffee stuff. She has one already turned on. Grabs in the cup. I'm like, that's my girl, man. Bustelo.
But yet,
What they
That-
said, 11. Joe, is that true? 11 days of not sleeping. That's when it becomes a problem. Is that true?
because you physically could actually start shutting
I know.
down at
No
that
shit.
point.
You can't sleep. I would. Dude.
Yeah, you know, like the most I've done
That's
is probably
scary.
like 2, and at 2 is you're literally
It's tough, bro.
you're
I've
seeing
had- I
elephants.
battled
You're seeing
insomnia
elephants
before,
standing in front of you while you're talking to somebody else, and you're like, "Listen, I'm talking right
What the
now."
fuck you smoking?
Oh, shit.
Elephants. Give me
Well,
some
no,
of that
'cause
shit. I
I'm
want to
just,
fuck the elephants.
I'm just using
Yeah, I went 3 days
metaphor.
the one time.
Ooh,
3 days.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the flu and I started freaking hallucinating. So I went because they wouldn't prescribe me sleep pills. So I went to CVS. I bought NyQuil and Benadryl.
Just get some not Metamucil. What's that
I took
shit?
them both in one night.
What are those pills?
Like,
That natural shit. What's that shit called?
Melatonin.
Melatonin. Yeah, that shit
No,
don't work.
listen,
That
I take it every day.
It don't work for me, man.
It does. So melatonin is only supposed to help initiate your sleep. It's not supposed to keep you asleep. It's to help you fall asleep.
See, my problem at the time was I would fall asleep and wake up like 10 minutes later, and then I'm awake for like the next like. I'll fall asleep again when the sun comes up. I'm like, oh.
Because some people who take melatonin will talk about that you get very vivid dreams from melatonin.
Yeah.
So
Benadryl.
Benadryl's a totally different story.
By the way, I have it on VHS. Oh boy.
Oh, it's funny because when I was gonna say DVD, I totally was gonna say at my retirement home, going, I got a VHS.
It definitely
copy
is. Oh, you got a VHS
Nightmare.
copy?
No, I don't.
Oh.
But earlier,
I have 2 VHS films. One is Titanic, which is like 2 fucking cassettes, and the other being fucking Creepshow 2. That's the only VHS I got left.
I have the Transformer series from back in the day.
I know Gilly has to have the Nightmare on Street behind him somewhere. Where that, Gilly?
I have the second one on VHS.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
Nice.
have that on VHS. I don't have
Nice,
much. My
nice.
daughter does. I don't.
All right, so before we close out,
Let's
because
wrap it up.
obviously we have a new guest here. So, Mark, please tell us about yourself a little bit. If you're any YouTube, any content channels, because we will provide his information in this episode. So make sure to follow him. He's a
Yeah,
fucking cool dude.
we're gonna add his socials and his channel
His
in the description. It will be in the description below. So.
his IG page. This motherfucker will post questions that make you go, well, fuck, now I gotta decide. Sometimes I'll answer, and sometimes I'm like, I'm not doing it because like the ones you're telling me to pick from, I just can't do it. So
Yeah.
at least I can say his Instagram account, like his questions will make you question your horror love of movies and what you consider to be like the best ones. Yeah, definitely follow him on Instagram, which will, like Rick said, it'll be on this.
Thank you. So I just do horror Instagram. I started an account and people were like, you watch so much horror, like why don't you share your love for it? And I'm like, okay, I didn't realize it was going to take this much time, but I appreciate how much time it takes because I met so many wonderful people that are like horror nerds like me, or I like to call them horror whores. But yeah,
Isn't that what Gilly said?
Yes.
But anyway.
yeah. So I post
Really?
content. I post daily content Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays, and then I usually do horror reviews for like the new films in theaters on Thursdays. My account is strictly horror, and that's just because again I'm a whore for horror. But yeah, yes. And I do have a podcast with 2 other horror content creators, Macaw Maddie and Pretty Killer Podcast Jordana. We were the core 4 pod, but we had a little bit of drama with our 4th member and they ended up just ghosting us, so we don't know what happened to him. So more things are coming and it's going to be the 3 something. It's a surprise later. But yeah, so Mark Loves Horror and Core 4 Pod on Instagram.
All right, awesome. We're gonna put Mark's Instagram account, and your podcast is separate. You have your own.
Correct. Yeah, it's 3
Okay.
of us, 3 horror bitches that just talk
Send it
horror.
to either me or Joe. I think Joe. You have Joe's info. So whoever, and we will have your information here
Yes.
in the description. So if anybody wants to follow Mark, he loves horror. Obviously, that's his name. He's one of us. He's a horror fiend. Come on, man. So definitely support Mark, and we're gonna
He'll be
have
back
his
on again.
information.
He survived.
And Gilly, send me your video on A Nightmare on Elm Street, because we're also gonna add that video to the description as well.
Yeah.
To this video. So if anybody wants to check you out, speaking your piece about this fantastic film.
Yeah, what do you got coming up, Gilly? You got anything coming up? Any reviews?
Not really. I might do Thanksgiving, but that movie I can't decide if I like it or not. And then I might do Your Next for the holidays.
What?
Oh,
What?
That's a fighting words with Joe.
All right. Wait. We can discuss schedule wise.
I keep trying to like Thanksgiving.
I will.
Just...
All right. We can talk.
Yeah,
about
listen.
this.
Shut up. That you know what? We never did things. We did do
things.
things. We
Yeah,
did.
You.
Yeah, me and you did it.
JR didn't go. See
No, I was
Are you
gonna
making
say
it
I would
forgettable?
love to
It's
have.
very forgettable.
Huh?
Oh,
very
my, throwing
incredible.
shots.
Oh,
Man.
okay.
That
No,
movie
wait.
is a blur to me. I literally put it on again
Alright.
right now. It's such a blur to me. I'm trying to unblur it so I can make a review, but I just can't.
I
Like,
love that
I just-
movie.
I
So,
gotta move
Gilbert,
to another subject because I cannot get anything going for this movie.
That's okay. You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm like,
This
I'm
one's
like,
good.
I'll jump on your channel.
I'll be
and
honest
discuss it
though.
with you.
Like, remember when me and Joe reviewed it? You know, me and Joe loved it, but I did see it again, and I'll be honest. Yeah, after the second watch, I wasn't like, oh, this sucks, but I was more like, oh,
Yeah, I'm
I
just
have to
like,
see
It
this
was
again.
okay. It was okay.
I don't have to see this
However,
again.
however, because again, we're horror fans and we need seasons.
Listen,
And
I saw that trailer during Grindhouse. I waited years for that fucking movie.
I
was in denial.
Gilbert, if you want to do something on your channel, we can do a crossover. Honestly, I would love to discuss the movie with you.
You and Joe go back and forth on the debate. You hate it, he loves it. Let's do it.
oh
Let's do
yeah,
it.
I
It'd be fun.
definitely do not. It's not my favorite. Like, I
But that's
keep
good.
trying.
But Gil, remind you. Remember, you're gonna have to watch it again though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch it. If you're gonna come for me, I come fucking
Listen,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator.
you don't want to go for
Predator.
Joe.
Oh,
We did
I love this. I live for this.
listen,
I do research all day. This is my thing. I live for
listen. All right, before Gil, I'm gonna warn you. There's a video that never aired because we never pursued the series, right? But it was a versus series. We did. JR was the moderator. It was me versus Joe. Paranormal. Not. Oh my God. Wreck. Right? The original Spanish version versus the English remake. Quarantine. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, we picked a movie and we had to defend which one was better, bro. Joe's relentless, bro. So if you guys do this,
I'll tell you this much.
he ain't did. See this lovey dubby guy right here?
Yeah,
Here he comes, here he comes.
He did his thing, and all of a sudden Rick was getting ready to talk, and I went.
Here he comes.
I went. Let's go.
I
I got my. It felt like,
What do you
But
put the
I'm like,
Michael
I got my
Jackson
gloves.
glove on?
Oh yeah, no, I was like, and Rick was like,
I'm back.
"Uh-oh."
Maybe we'll dust that off and
He said, man, I
See if we
live
could,
for it.
It's
you
a
know?
good. It was a good.
I should have been
Yeah,
able to
well,
do it. I live for
I
this
mean,
stuff.
like,
Listen,
let's
I
be honest.
got a referee shirt just for that show. So,
I know.
maybe
We
I'll
could be
take
honest.
it
We
off.
could be honest. There was another content creator that was kind of
with
doing
the same
similar
name,
things.
so-
So we didn't want to
Yeah,
show. But
yeah.
now that we've been doing this for a
Yeah,
while,
I think we'll
we could have
revamp
fucking
it.
done it.
Oh.
Please release that. I want to see it. I want to see
Oh.
it.
I want to see that. Gil, this is Joe. I'm here
Oh,
for it.
Yeah,
All right.
hell yeah.
Oh man, and like my
Yeah.
levels of like my depths of hate, there's no end.
Because all right, the way that series worked was we only had 5 minutes. Was it?
It was so the
How long
series-
was it?
No, you
No,
had.
I think it was 1 minute the first round.
Yeah, it was the first round was it was 3 minute round that each person had a minute and 30 seconds to
To give
So
her case.
basically, hit your talking point.
Yeah, yeah.
Another person.
I should have been a
countered.
lawyer. I should have.
Now, if you would it, well, you know what? We're gonna revisit that show because
All I know is me and Joe.
be
Me,
fun. The
me and
fucking-
Joe.
I mean-
Come on. Me and Joe are we're partners. We do so much content together. But that day we were like,
Oh.
Enemies.
motherfucker. You look like you're in Florida, motherfucker. No, I'm kidding.
Well, and again, I mean,
It was fun.
listen,
Fun video, though. Fun
we
video.
all do content creating, so obviously things end up looking the same sometimes. I think we should have stuck it and done it because it would have been fun
we'll bring
getting
it up.
other-
It'll
getting
come
other
back.
people coming on here.
Yeah.
Mind you,
But-
the first episode was me and Joe, but the concept of the show, actually, you know, I said it already. I might.
No,
as
no.
well.
Well, there's more
talk
in
about
detail into it, but yeah, we'll
Yeah.
revisit that,
Yeah.
and that'll be the first.
You'll see. If you guys want to bring it back up, I won't
We'll bring
spoil
it back up. Hell
the
yeah.
concept.
Yeah, I will say. But anyways, so thank you for joining us. A
Thank
quick
you.
little announcement is that there's going to be a schedule change. Bear with us as we try to figure this all out because JR has been dropping his episodes on Thursdays, and we generally record on Thursdays to drop on Tuesdays. However, we really enjoy doing the lives. We enjoy just sitting here having a conversation that doesn't involve us like having notes and trying to do an episode. So, what Three Corners has been discussing, it's going to keep going. We'll get a little bit better at it. But come Thursdays, it's going to switch to live streams. We'll be talking about current retro because I'm the retro old person out here. So JR's shows, which would normally drop on Thursdays, will be moving to Tuesdays, which some of you guys, if you've been following the channel, we drop our Three Corners on Tuesdays. So just bear with us. We're going to be doing some shifts. Obviously, content creating comes with making your channel better. And we're just trying to keep you guys, because we love throwing so much at you guys, because we don't stick to just one theme. We are all over the place in everything that we do. So until next time, thank you for joining us tonight. Mark, I will send you the schedule because you should jump on again. You're
I'm
gonna
down.
love it.
I'm down.
Gilbert, I appreciate that I messaged you like a day ago and asked, oh, he's coughing. But I appreciate that I messaged you a day ago and said, hey, can you jump on tonight? And you were like, let's fucking go for it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, Gilbert said yes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to announce it because in case, you know, and I mean in a bad way, in case something happens. But I messaged Ricky, and Ricky was like, Gilly's going to join? I'm like,
What
yeah.
I say? What I say, Joe? What I say?
Oh,
what
he
I
was
say?
so fucking excited. I mean,
You know
like,
what it is?
know.
Gilbert's one of those guys that just by looking at it makes me happy. I can't explain it.
Listen,
Yeah,
we're
you
talking
get to know me.
car, and you're sitting here
Gotta
like,
change.
he talks, and you're like, you like smile. Oh my
He
God.
exudes like
Gilly makes you smile like the movie Smile.
We
No,
created
but-
Don't kill each other.
Yeah, but Mark, I'm glad to meet you, Mark. I hope you come back. Hope we didn't scare you off.
No, not at all. You guys are
But,
awesome.
Appreciate
Awesome.
you coming, man. Great meeting you.
You know,
Gil,
with our-
always a pleasure, Gil. Thank you
Always a pleasure,
for
guys.
I know
Thank
it's
you.
last minute. You replaced somebody. Thank you for that. And of course, GR Joe, thank you for your time as well, guys. I always appreciate you guys.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Is he trying to close off my show?
No, I'm just saying my
I'm fucking
piece.
with- I'm fucking with you. I'm
So definitely, Mark. You know, like we tell everybody here in Gilly, he can
Hold
tell
on,
you.
Lexi got something. Gilly is a handsome motherfucker. There you
No,
go,
he
Gil.
He
Let's
sure
go with
is. He
smiling.
is.
Thank
He
you.
is.
Hold on a second. Hold on a
Hold on,
second.
get
Hold
the
on.
comment before that.
Hold on, hold on.
You get
hold
close,
on.
I'm a mess.
Gilly's taking
Thank
all the
you, Lexi.
ladies away from Ricky Grimes. Yo. Hold on, Gil. Hold on, Gil. Maybe I gotta do this. We need
It's
more
that-
of this.
it's
We need
that-
more of this.
it's-
We need
it's
more of
that
this.
smile.
Oh, I mean, man.
No, don't do it to me.
Nah, Mark, just to let you know, like Gilly could tell you, like once you come on our show and you enjoy it, we love having people back on.
It's
You know,
what.
we,
Listen,
we
you're-
promote community and family. So basically,
If I wasn't so coffee, I'd be more talkative. I'm sorry for being so coffee, but it's wonderful.
That just-
You guys are
That just
great.
means, Gil, you had some good ass weed. That's what
Yeah,
that
you had
shit
some
means.
good
Oh
shit.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm dying.
yes. Yes, Mark. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Thank you.
Appreciate
Mark,
You know-
it's been a pleasure, dude. Thanks so much, man. I mean, I'm with you. I love part 2,
Oh.
brother, and I love to listen to your
No,
podcast.
part two is. Let me tell you
I
something
got
before we
your
go.
always videos on them. I have them for
Part two does not get enough love, though.
That's what I
Part
said in my
two
video. It
oh,
said,
is if
I mean,
love, baby.
it
There's a
just
reason. There's a reason that part 2 doesn't get the love. I don't want to end the episode in.
I know what you're
there's a
saying. Yeah,
reason-
Joe, you're right.
There's
I
a
know.
reason why.
well, a lot of
But-
political
but-
bullshit
but-
behind the scenes.
But
There
for
is.
people like myself, and Mark, it's representation early on in a horror movie.
Would you call that, Joe, the final guy? So wait a
Final
minute.
guy.
What? No, this was. Oh wait, Ash was
Yes,
first.
no, Ash was the
Ash
first
was
one.
first.
Yeah,
Ash was the
final
original
guy.
final
Ash is the
guy.
original final guy. Yes.
I don't call him the final guy. I call him the final gay because he secretly was gay.
Yeah,
agreed,
he was.
Agreed.
He was.
No, agreed. Agreed. And
You,
that's,
they should. You know what's funny about that movie? They should have just leaned into it instead of just trying to like, let's hint at it.
studio.
Just go all in.
It was a
It's-
studio. It was
oh.
a studio. It was a studio.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you right now, the scene with the coach, that's total. I can't
love
remember who the
that
director
scene.
was. It's with Al Pacino cruising.
But there's a lot
That was
of
a
raising,
nod
a
to
lot of
that
raising, a lot of hazing to the actor in this film. Unfortunately, that was put in
Yeah.
the script because of his orientation, right?
Yes. Yes.
What it was
And he
his
didn't- he
character,
himself
but the
didn't
character.
know. By the way, he himself didn't know at the time either.
How did you not know that though?
Yeah.
Like his
Isn't there
character
documentary
was not a
about it?
gay.
Must be
His
good.
character was not a gay character,
No.
right? But the actor was. But the
He was still figuring it out. At
Yeah,
that time,
but
though, when
still,
he took
but-
the role.
the people behind the scenes knew that, and they put all this shit to
He
kind of
did,
like
yeah.
I don't know, man. But
Yeah,
to
no,
me,
there's a strange
it
controversy.
strengthens the
Yeah.
films for me because the fact that this guy's whatever, throw it at me, I got it, and he kicked ass. That movie's
Yeah.
good, man.
Great, yeah.
I'm not a fan of. I'll be honest, I'm
Wait.
not a fan when they pull Freddy out at the party. He's
I
all
love
like,
that part.
I'm not. You know me. It took me out.
Come
It took
on,
me out.
Rick.
and I think, and Gilbert, I think it was Stacy Q.
One
Was
more.
the singer.
Hey, Boing cut. Wait,
Stacy
Boing,
Q was the singer.
Boing bot.
There-
Boing
there's-
bot.
we're gonna talk about that afterwards. There's some confusion about.
Hey.
I hear that
I
a
think
lot.
it's Stacy Q.
So
It's
what?
the
So
original
what? So
singer.
what?
It's
So
a wonderful
fucking.
song.
I'm sorry. I thought of Metallica for. I'm
It's a
nice.
great
All right,
song.
Joe, take us home, brother.
I'm not doing my
All
dance, dude.
Hold on. Let go. Hold on. Wait.
I was
wait,
kidding.
wait.
I don't have a dresser
No,
to
no,
do
no,
the. Oh,
Do it. Hey.
The Joker said, "If you're good at something, don't do it for free. I better steal those dollar bills. Where they at?"
Money.
It's we're doing it for free here. All right, so
All right,
again,
hold on. Let people live. It doesn't affect you. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I agree, man. Just make a fucking movie. What the fuck is all this bullshit? Anyway, yeah, Joe. Let's
right,
go, Joe.
so thank you for joining us. As we said, there's going to be some more lives because you know what? Actually, it makes for a lively conversation. To be honest with you, I love the lives because
Uncensored.
But
It's
let's be
uncensored.
real. It keeps Ricky Van from having to edit all the fucking
Oh,
time.
yeah.
So.
I know this motherfucker.
That's my reasoning
so,
for
you
it.
know. Yeah,
Crazy.
that's what we're doing, you know.
It's a lot of work.
Thank you for joining us. I am not Ricky Van. I don't say stay scared. I say ta-ta for now.
Let's stay scared, motherfuckers.
Ta-ta.
So suck it in.
We all cheer with big bottles of beer.